Hi everybody, welcome back to the BizTech Academy. Steve here, and this is our ChatGPT for Students series. And in this series of 6 videos, we show students how ChatGPT can not only help their studies, but also help with a student way of life. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a PowerPoint presentation just like the one on the left-hand side here. This particular presentation took less than 10 minutes to create. It focuses on the rise and the fall of the Roman Empire, but that really is largely irrelevant. The technique I'm going to show you is completely and utterly subject agnostic. So whether you're an arts major, science major, humanities major, it doesn't really matter. If you've got something to present, the technique I'm going to show you is going to save you hours and hours of time. As I said, this particular video is one of 6 that is focused purely on ChatGPT and how it can help students. So if you do like the video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also press the alert button to be notified when the other videos come out. But in the meantime, and without further ado, let's crack on. So as you can see, I have ChatGPT open, and what I'm going to do now is ask ChatGPT to give us a list of 5 bullet points that we can look at and maybe consider as potential titles for 5 slides about our Roman Empire. So we'll just start by saying, give me 5 bullet point, one-line statements that summarize the history of Rome in chronological order. Each bullet point should be no longer than 10 words long. And the reason I say only 10 words is because I want to use these as the headers for each slide. So I don't want to have them too long and sort of, take up too much room on the slide. What I'm also going to add, though, is make the statements dramatic, like headlines in a newspaper. And the reason why I say that, I want these to be catchy. I want someone to look at the PowerPoint and think, wow, there's something going on here. So let's press go and see what happens. And as you can see, ChatGPT has done this magic and it's come along with 5 headlines. Let's have a look. Rise of the Empire, Rome's humble beginnings forge a mighty power. Julius Caesar, the legendary general turned dictator, meets a tragic end. Pax Romana, an era of peace and prosperity spreads across Rome, and so on. And these are good. I like these. They're the style that I want, so I'll keep these. But they're not good enough just on their own. We need some more detail behind these. So what we'll do now is ask ChatGPT to expand on these and provide another 5 bullet points associated with each of these main points. So let's start by saying, expand each of these headlines with 5 separate bullet points for each headline. Present each bullet point as an indent to the main headline and use bullet points and not numbers. And again, I do formatting qualifications simply because I don't want to add bullet points myself when I'm doing the presentation. I want ChatGPT to do those for me. So let's press go. And as you can see what ChatGPT is doing now, against each headline is creating a list of bullet points associated with those headlines. Now, I'm no historian and I don't know enough about the Roman Empire to say that these points are correct or not. I have to assume they are. But of course, if you were presenting this to an audience or someone at work or a study group or whatever the case may be, you double check these and just make sure that they are accurate. Okay, so with these all in place, now what we're going to do now is copy them all over to a Word document. So we just highlight them all, copy them, Control C, and we'll go over to Word, and then we'll just paste them in. And as usual, ChatGPT hasn't copied the formats across particularly well. This is one of the problems with ChatGPT. So what we'll do, we'll just highlight it all for now, and we'll just make it dark so that we can see it. We'll make the font black. And just one point to note here. If you are doing this from a MacBook, then you will need to use the online version of Word, so the Word version in Microsoft 365. That's simply because the export function or the export function into PowerPoint isn't available on the standard MacBook Word documentation. So just use the online version. If you're on a PC, it's no problem. Just use Word as you normally would. Okay, so with all these points now highlighted in dark color, we can see them. But we want to just slightly change them before we export them into PowerPoint. What we need to do, we need to make the headings here. So the 5 main points are heading 1. So as you can see in the Home tab of Word, we have this box here where we have normal, no spacing, heading, heading 2, and so on. And we want to put this into heading 1. So we just highlight that as heading 1. And then we'll just put a space in between each of the other points. So again, Julius Caesar part, we want to make this heading 1. We'll get rid of the bullet point there. And then we want to create the next one here as a heading, and so on. And I'll do this for everything. And I'll speed the video because you don't want to watch me having to do all this admin. Okay, so that's completed. And what you can also see is that I've added another heading here at the top called Rise and Fall of the Roman Empire. And that's for the heading slide, the first slide in the deck. But I'm going to make that not a heading 1, but a title, because that's the title of our whole PowerPoint. Okay, so we now have our formatting done, which is great. So we just now need to make the PowerPoint presentation, and that's easy. To do that, we just go to the File menu on the left-hand side, click File, and then where it says Export, select Export, and you can see an option now that says Export to PowerPoint Presentation. Click on that, and what will happen is Word will now look at this and create some options for themes for the presentation. And you can see the first one here is with the Colosseum. There's some more themes. If I click on more themes, it will suggest some more. But they tend to be, as if I just scroll across, they're all more sort of abstract or general. So what we'll do is we'll keep the Colosseum because that's more relevant to our rise and fall of the Roman Empire. And then we press Export. And this will now export the documents into PowerPoint, and PowerPoint will create a presentation based on the information we've given it. When it's done that, it says, yay, your presentation is ready. So let's click on Open Presentation, and PowerPoint will open, and we should now have 6 slides that show our presentation, and these should be at least our first draft. So what you can see here, Rise and Fall of the Roman Empire as our main slide. On the left-hand side, we've got our 6 slides, which is great. And on the right-hand side, we've got some designs, and these are different designs for the main slide that's in the window. And we can change, obviously, if we want to, the particular slide we have here. So let's change it to say something that's more transparent. This one down here I like, so we can see a little bit more of the, yep, we can see the sky coming through here. I like that. That's more of a, appealing to me, so we'll just use that for now. So let's go to the second slide. Slide 2, we have our title, which is great, and we have our bullet points, which is fine. But we have this image here that I'm not sure about. This seems like quite a contemporary image, and we want to have something that is more associated with the rise of the Roman Empire. So let's have a look down here. And if we scroll down, we've got search for pictures here. So what we can do is we can look at Rome Republic, for example, and let's just search on, we can put a search in here, and let's put Rise of the Roman Empire and see what comes up. And we can see now there's a number of different images here. Let's try something like this one and see what it looks like. So it imports this image I've chosen, and then it comes up with some designs. And let's just choose something like, how about this one here? This now takes the 2 images that we have and creates our title and our bullet points below that. But I don't like this particular image here, so let's delete this. Let's see what it suggests now. Now it's just, as you can see, giving us some designs with just this one picture. And let's try this top one. That's better. We've now got on the rise of the humble Roman Empire, and we've got a picture that's associated with it. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's go to slide 3. Let's go Julius Caesar, the legendary general turned dictator, made a tragic end. Okay, so there's something a little bit, not really cryptic, but the downfall of the king on a chess piece, but that's not really great. Let's just see if we can search for something about Julius Caesar. So Caesar's death we can search for. And there's different images here. So let's look at this particular first one. And this one is a picture of someone slaying Caesar. That's a good idea. That's ideal. So let's go back to this slide here. And now let's remove our chess pieces, because I don't like that, and see what's suggested. So before, on slide 2, if you remember rightly, we had our text on the left-hand side. So let's go back to slide 3. Let's see if we can find something where the text is maybe on the right-hand side. How about this one here? That's better. That's opposite now to what we have here, and we have a good picture of Caesar being slayed. Okay, so let's look at slide 4. Pax Romana, the era of peace and prosperity spreads across Rome. I'm sort of okay with this this tranquil view of the Roman pillars and the steps and so on. But let's have a look, see if there's anything else. We can look at, say, let's try something so the steps aren't so prominent. That's okay, that's quite easy going. They've got the peaceful steps, and you've got talking about peace in the era, so I'm okay with that one. And let's look at this final couple of slides, fall of the empire. So we want something dramatic in this, I think. So let's go back, and we'll just see if we can find, again, Western Roman Empire. Let's just put fall of the Roman Empire. And let's find something dramatic. So this image is good. Okay, I like that. So let's go back and just choose one and just remove the steps. So we only have the one image. And we could probably use a common theme again and just go back to the dark side. So we'll mirror slide 2 again this time. And we have an image now of the fall of the empire. So we have our rise in the same format and our fall in the same format. So we like that. And then finally, we have legacy endures. Rome's cultural, legal, and architectural achievements resonate through time. And we have some bullet points here around what Rome has achieved and given to society since then, which is handy. I'm okay with that. So I'm okay with that without that being contemporary. Let's see if there's a different format, maybe. Maybe something like this. Maybe this one. This is a little bit more appropriate. Okay, great. And now we have a presentation. So we have the Colosseum to start with. We have the rise with a nice picture in place. Then we have the death of Caesar. We have the peace brought about by Pax Romana. And then we have the downfall. And then we have the legacy of what Rome created. Perfect. We have a presentation that we can present, and it's taken no time at all. And there you have it, ChatGPT helping to produce a PowerPoint presentation. As mentioned, this is one of 6 videos purely focused on how ChatGPT can help the student way of life. So if you did like this video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also press the alert button so you get notified when the other videos come out. And if you do need other support in other Microsoft applications, Excel for example, check out the channel because we have lots of tutorials on there. Okay, again, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.